Step by step, I'm growing. I continue to embrace change.
We do a lot of stuff like community as far as videos, music, events, and things of that nature. And I'm also an ambassador for the Nurturing Fathers program. So if anybody was a struggling parent like myself, I only know how to make a child, but I didn't know how to raise one.
I mean, this is something you've been wanting to get out, but haven't found no one to listen to. And I spent some time with them listening to them. So sometimes it's not all about going in your pocket and giving somebody, money that's asking for it, man. You can just sit there and have a conversation, man. How you doing, man? What's going on with you today? You know what I mean?
For someone that's going through addiction or just domestic violence to feel unheard, feel like they don't have a voice, and just having somebody in your corner, it means so much. And Matt knows this, like his little spiritual stuff in the morning really does motivate people that you send it to, and I want you to hear that. Like there were times where like I'm just rereading it when I wake up because I'm like I have to look at something up here. I have to look at something with light in order to get me out of the darkness. So it could be.
I think it says St. Francis of Assisi prayer, like seek not to be loved, but seek to love. Seek not to be consoled, but to console. And when I enter any sort of relationship with anybody, I do my best to have an open mind and an open heart, because if I have a closed mind and a closed heart, my ears are the first thing that shut off. I don't see them, I don't hear them, and listening goes deeper than just sometimes their words. You're observing everything. The energy.
Kind of blowing up their spot too, where they're not ready to visit that part. You're already in the process of healing, but for them, it's like I was working really hard on, covering that scar, and you want to show up the scar that, like not everybody's ready for that. Not that you're wrong, but I think then they go into that like control and attack.
See, when other people are sitting there trying to tell you, we know we fucking up. But them telling us, there isn't a connection of respect, there isn't a connection of some type of love. And it doesn't have to be unconditional love. It's just earned love of any type to be able to open up that reciprocation. So it all really depends on who's really delivering the message. Because for months, when I was out there ripping and running and getting high, people were telling me, yo, you fucking up. I wasn't listening until my wife put me in the room with you and all, like, what's going on here?
So I'm like, honey, you stumbling and bumbling. And she's like, how you gonna tell me what I'm doing when you just did, trying to do everything that I'm like, but I'm not there anymore. I'm not saying, what, now you better than me? I'm like, no, I'm your fucking uncle. If I can't tell you, who the hell who else can tell you? And then, it was...
That they show that I'm important enough for them to be heard by them. You know what I mean? Not that that's basically where the validation is important for me. Because like someone else said earlier, the eye contact.
Seek not to be loved, but seek to love. Seek not to be consoled, but to console. And when I enter any sort of relationship with anybody,
I just expect everybody to know how I feel. I expect everybody to know how to treat me. And then when I get mad at you, rather than speaking to you, I go and I act out. And then I come back and then I feel better. Like, you know what I mean? So a lot of times, like, when I say the difference between listening and comprehending is an art. Because comprehending is when I'm listening to what the person's saying attentively, but then I'm giving back through some actions to show you that I'm comprehending what you're saying. So listening is kind of easy. So the